a wonderful poem for the nature lovers. Yes, we have The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. It's a very beautiful poem expressing, all the beauty of nature. So yes, if you're a nature lover, this poem is just for you and you're going to love it. So yes, let's move ahead and first know about our poet. William Butler Yeats was born in Sandymount County, Dublin, Ireland. He was educated in London. His interest in poetry developed at an early age due to his fascination in the Irish legends. He was a versatile writer and he wrote his poetry in many forms. He received the Nobel Prize in Literature in the year 1923. So yes, he has written poetries in various forms. Let's see what he has it here for us. So, before I move on, as always, I shall read the poem. It is time for you to ponder, to think really deeply about what every line is telling you. Think it over and then, of course, till we reach the theme, whatever you have thought of, whatever you have got out of the poem, then you see it matches with the theme or not. Yes, see, this is how you will get to know how to understand a poem. And yeah, if any one of you is probably a potential writer, can also start writing. Yes, of course, why not? It is high time you can write. So this is how we will go through our poems. And as we move further, also keep a check on the rhyme scheme if you can understand it. Do let me know. Of course, I will let you know eventually. So yeah, I shall read non-stop and then you are going to think. Okay, so your time starts now. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. Yeah? Now, let's just check the rhyme scheme before I go on. So, my last word here is Innisfree, made, honeybee, glade. So you see, free, bee rhyming, made, glade rhyming. So A, B, A, B. This is how you get your rhyme scheme. So yes, let's go further. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evenings full to the linnet's wings. Check your rhyme scheme. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Beautiful, beautiful. It's all about nature. Such a beautiful poem. So, whatever you got out of the poem, let's see what does it match the theme. So, the Lake Isle of Innisfree is about a man who wishes to arise and go to Innisfree Lake. Now, Innisfree Lake is in Ireland. Okay, it's an uninhabited island. Yeah, over there. It's very peaceful. So, basically, he has spent all his summers over there. There he will build a small cabin of clay and wattles. Wattles are, a stick sort of thing where you can build with which you can build the fence, the wall. He will plant some beans in 9 rows and tend the honeybees in a hive. So this is what he will do once he goes there. He will live alone in that place with the buzzing of the bees all around him. The poet gives the reason of his visiting Innisfree. Why does he want to do it? He says that he will go there to find some peace and solitude. See, at quite a few times, when you are living in cities, why do we rush to hill stations? Whenever you have a vacation or a weekend, you go to a nearby hill station, you want to be at peace. Every time you don't want the DJ and the party and the friends and, that fast moving life that we are all into. So sometimes you need a small break. You want to be at peace. You want to just be by yourself. You don't want any hustle bustle around you. So this is what the poet wants. He's tired of the city life and now he wants to go there and just be by himself and enjoy peace. He wants to be in silence basically. He describes magical qualities of the different times of the day and the unbroken solitude and peace he will achieve there. He says every moment, every part of a day is totally magical. You can see nature at its best. You talk of the sky, you talk of the birds, the water, the lake. It's amazing. It's a feast to the eyes. The speaker shakes himself out of his daydream. Once again, he says that he is going to leave for Innisfree and stay there day and night, reinforcing its importance in its life. He wants to bring that, that peace back in his life. He hears the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. When the water comes, you get the sound of the water. It's amazing. While he stands in the city on the roadway, he hears the sound only within himself. He can only hear it within himself. Imagine while he's standing in the city, do you think on the roadway you can only hear honks and people talking and shouting and but he hears that sound within himself. So this poem is based on it. Yeah, very beautiful. And yes, we already discussed the rhyme scheme. Now the poetic devices that have been used in this poem. So you have alliteration, a repetition of the initial letter, the first letter, generally a consonant of several words marking the stressed syllable in a line of poem. So alliteration is basically the sound of the first letter being repeated in different words in the same line. We are talking of lines here, okay, not the entire paragraph. Anaphora is repeating a sequence of words at the beginning of neighboring clauses. So every time your poem starts, if it's with the same word, then it is anaphora. Imagery is author's words created a vivid mental picture or physical sensation. Now, if some line is causing you to imagine something, you're using your senses, yes, then in that case, it is an imagery. Metaphor is a word or a phrase. It is used to represent something else. It is come there to represent something else. It is a sort of comparison, an indirect comparison. Personification, already explained, the inanimate things get the quality of a human. They are personified. And repetition is the repetition of the same word in the same line. Maybe twice, maybe thrice, maybe more. Yeah, so these are the figures of speech used in this poem. Now, let's talk of lines 1 to 4. First, we'll understand the hard words, then the explanation, and then the poetic devices. So, I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. Clay and wattles. What are wattles? They are twisted sticks, for making fences and walls. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee loud glade. Bee loud glade as in an open space which is filled with the sound of the bees. That is what he's trying to tell. Talking of the explanation, according to the poet, he will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. Note that in the very first stanza, the poet is eager to go to Lake of Innisfree. He uses the word go twice, which shows that he is quite tired of living at the current place. Currently, wherever he is living, he is very tired and he wants to go to Innisfree. Now, he says he's used the word go twice in the same line. Can you see it? Go now and go to Innisfree. So, he's used it twice, emphasizing that he wants to go. In the next line, he says that he will build a small cabin, probably like a hut, of clay and wattles. Wattles, now here, where will he get the sticks over there? It's an island, so probably he'll use branches. The poet desires to make a small hut of clay and wood. He is not interested in constructing fancy buildings or any decorative things. He wants it very simple. Again, the line shows his discontent with the city life. He is actually very unhappy about the city life. In the next line, that's the third line, he says that he will make 9 bean rows and a hive for the honeybees. Now, he needs something to eat also, right? So, he is going to grow the 9 bean rows and also put up a hive for the honeybees. Now, here he imagines to sow the beans in 9 rows. The rows will look charming. There are 9 rows. He's just, trying to tell you. And also build a hive for the honeybees. In the last line, he desires to live there alone. He wants to live there alone and be by himself and enjoy the music. Which music? Of the buzzing sound of bees in such an open and vast area. That's glade. That open area, he wants to enjoy the buzzing, zzz, the bees, they will keep buzzing. He wants to enjoy that by himself, right? So now let's look at the poetic devices, literary devices, figures of speech. You remember? I already have told you they all mean the same. Now, the first 4 lines, let's check the figures of speech. Repetition, and go, and go. I told you it is a repetition of the same words in the same line. So, it has been repeated twice. Then you have imagery. Imagery is when you are imagining something, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. Now, you have to imagine that, the clay and wattles and that small hut type. Alliteration is her, the repetition of the first letter, that sound. So, have, hive, honeybee, H, H, H. Again, you have imagery. You are imagining those 9 bean rows, how beautiful it will look. So, again, you can bring in imagery here. Alliteration, L, 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 that's live and loud. Again, imagery, and live alone in the bee loud glade. So, you can hear it. You can hear that sound, so you're using your senses. So, it is imagery. You are imagining it. Yeah. So, I'm sure it's pretty clear, simple, isn't it? By now, you need to really master your, figures of speech because we have done quite a few. Moving to the next lot of lines, 5 to 8. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. Dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wings. What is a linnet? It is a small brown and grey bird with a short beak. Yeah. So let's see what do these lines have to tell us. Now, in the second stanza, the poet talks about peace which he will enjoy there. Lot of peace, only peace. According to him, he will have some peace there as peace comes dropping slow. What do you mean by that? These words show that the poet is not finding peace in the city. What happens in the city and what happens in a hill station? Come on, let's think of some difference. In a city, it's a very fast life. You get up, you go to work, you get ready, go to work, come back, again, there's some housework, your day is over. You're running. You're rushing. Life is just going like this in front of your eyes. But when you go to a place like this, where it is serene, where it is calm, where it is so quiet, so peaceful, no hustle bustle of life, this city life, yeah, everything is so quiet. That is where you give it a pause. You stop running. Okay, stop running, and instead of moving out, start going in. Find the peace within yourself. Find the peace all around you. That is what you will enjoy. So that's the same thing that's happening here. Yeah, these words show that the poet is not finding peace in the city. According to him, peace comes dropping slow. That means in a slow pace, unlike the city life, which is always in hurry and rush. I just explained it to you. Here it comes very slow. It's very slow. Why? Because there is such a fast life that you have lived in your cities. Here it's extremely slow. The nature is slow. It is patient. And thus, the poet desires such environment. That's the reason he wants to go to such a place where everything is beautiful. The nature is at its best, totally at its best. It is a feast to your eyes and to your heart and to your mind. Your brain gets to stop in the sense, not stop, but yes, you calm down, you slow down. That fast thinking, okay this next, you keep moving, you keep going. Yes, that's how we do in cities. But go to a village and see the people over there. You're going to enjoy that. You're going to really have, such a blissful life there. They are not fast like us. They don't keep moving like us. They are very patient. They're very slow and they love the life over there. They are enjoying. We also enjoy when we go there for a break. Yes, we rejuvenate. We become totally fresh and we come back. In the second line, he says that the peace will come dropping from the wails of the morning to where the cricket sings. Wails of the morning is, when the night is going and the morning is breaking. Yeah, the wails of the morning. The poet is comparing peace with the rays of the sun which come slowly and the wails of the morning. That is when the night goes. I told you it unveils, it opens up. Yeah. So this is how he's saying. It's so beautifully written. And soon the cricket starts singing. Cricket, is a small bird. Poet desires such peace and music. Have you ever seen the dawn? Today I'm going to talk about a lot of nature. Yes, it's beautiful. Have you ever tried to stand in your balcony early in the morning at 6? It's when during winters especially. Stand there in your balcony on a nice chilly morning. Look out when it's dawn, when the night is fading away and the sun is coming up, the sunrise. The sun is setting, not setting as in it's rising, and the morning is coming up. Yeah, it's beautiful. You don't switch on the, switch and then you feel, okay, the night is gone and the morning has come. No, that happens when you wake up late. So you feel you switched off the light in the night, it was dark. Morning, when you open your eyes, it's morning. So it's not the case. But see, that time where the dawn is, it's beautiful. Just try peeping out of your balconies. Even the sunset for the same. If you're a late waker up, you're a late sleeper, you will wake up late. So, but if you sleep early, someday do watch it. We are very strange. And I've seen it's a very general tendency with everyone. We go to hill station, we'll spend all the money and go to hill station and do what? Go and see the sunrise point. Can't we see a sunrise from our houses? Oh, you think so? Stand in the balcony early in the morning. Wake up, stand with your camera if that's what you feel. Have that ambience, have the feeling and just watch it. You're going to love it. Guarantee. Try it. Yeah? So this is what the poet is looking for. In the third line, the poet talks about the day and the night which he will enjoy at the Lake Isle of Innisfree. According to him, the midnight will be shining with stars. It will be glimmer. It will be shining with stars because it's fully open. It's an open area. The noon time will be glowing in purple color and evening will be full of linnets' wings, that is the finch birds, which will be flying all over during the time of evening. So he is describing every part of the day, how beautiful it will be. Yes? And moving on again to your, figures of speech, should I say literary devices or poetic devices? Well, all the same. So we have two alliterations where it is S and S and S, shall, some, slow. Yes, then you also have it here, glimmer, glow, G, G. You have these alliterations. If I talk of repetition, the word peace has been repeated in the same line. Same word has been repeated in the same line. Wails of the morning. Is it actually the wails of the morning? Is it actually a wail? No. What is it actually trying to talk about? It is talking about when the night fades away and the morning comes in. So it is metaphor. Yeah. Personification, the cricket sings. Can a cricket sing? It is the human quality. It has been given to a bird. Yeah, so in that case it's personified. Imagery, I told you, when you use your senses, when you have to imagine. So here it is a purple glow, you can imagine that color. And full of evenings is full of linnets' wings. So you can imagine the evening, the sky is full of linnets' wings. So it is imagery. Yeah. Moving on to the last set of lines, that is, again, I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. What do you mean by lapping? Washing against something with a gentle rippling sound. You know, when you sit by the lake, you can hear that, you know, the sound of the water. It comes, it hits against the shore, and again it's, you know, going back. That sound is there. Even when the rain falls on the roof, you can hear the sound of that water. So there are different ways where you can actually even hear the gush of the water. The waterfalls, you know, you're standing somewhere and you can hear a waterfall. You know there is a waterfall around there. So there are different sounds of the water as well. Now, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, that's in the city, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Now, I'm here in the city, I'm standing on the road, but right inside I can hear the water lapping with low sounds by the shore. In the final stanza, the poet says that he will arise and go now to the Lake Isle of Innisfree as he imagines hearing the lake water lapping, as in moving with low sounds by the shore of the lake. You know, by the corner of the lake, the water is coming there. In the third line, he feels that he is at the shore of the Lake Isle of Innisfree. According to him, he imagines that he is standing on the roadway or on the pavement grey, that's the way, and hearing the sound of the lake and of bees and of linnets in the deep core of his heart. He's actually imagining it in such a way, he's so lost in his imagination that he can actually hear it. Not actually hear it, but yeah, in his heart. He feels he is mentally over there. He's totally absorbed in his imagination. He's mentally over there and he feels, oh yes, I am already there. That's how he feels, right? You know, deep in his heart. Talking of, okay, your figures of speech for lines 9 to 12. So you have anaphora. Anaphora, if you remember, I will arise and go now. You know, the line has been, the beginning of the line has been repeated. Anaphora is what? When the beginning of your line is repeated, there it is anaphora. Metaphor, we have two metaphors here. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. Night and day is being compared. Now here, it's being compared to how it really, you know, happens. Likewise, I hear it in the deep heart's core, right in the bottom of your heart. Now you can actually talk of imagination here. Yes, so it is actually talking of that. So it is representing something else. Yeah. Then alliteration, if we see, we have two alliterations here. Lake, lapping, low, l. Here, hearts, h. Yes, if I talk of imagery, you are imagining it in two lines with low sounds. So you're using your ear, you know, you're using your senses. So it's imagery. And grey is talking about the eyes. You know, again, you're using your senses. So it is imagery. Repetition is the. Yes, I hope you have got it all. It's very simple. It's not difficult. The number of times we repeat our definitions, you have your, you know, slide of the definitions. You can keep reading it once you get it. But once you get the hang of it, don't worry. It's not difficult. Because see, your journey will go on. 9th, it has started. 10th, 11th, 12th, you will be using your poetic devices. And let me tell you one more thing. Why do we do the poetic devices? Have you ever given it a thought? See, there must be many amongst you who are budding writers. You know, you may be in that position that you can actually write. This is going to help you write better. This is how you actually start writing a poem. That's the reason you should know it. It's not difficult. It is something that you should know. Yes? So, let's conclude our poem with a very beautiful note. The day I understood everything was the day I stopped trying to figure everything out. When I actually understood what is everything, from that day onwards, I stopped trying to figure things out. I just left everything. The day I knew peace was the day I let everything go. The day I discovered peace. Very beautifully put by C. Joybell C. He says, the day I knew peace, the day I figured peace was the day I let everything go. I just wanted that peace. I did not want anything. Talk about yourself. When your peace of mind, is disturbed, how do you feel? You get a call and something has happened and your mind starts working and, there's stress, there's tension. And when everything is well settled, when everything is going smooth, you are at peace. Your mind is at peace, isn't it? That is the value of peace. Yes? So keep having many more peaceful moments. Look for them and maintain them. Yes? Keep watching and keep learning.